Hello everyone, welcome to This Old Seam. My name is Rebecca and I love all things sewing and crafting. Now usually I'll start out the video with a talking head talking about the upcoming project, but I'm feeling just a little under the weather today, so I will be showing you my project inspiration before we dive right on into adjusting my block pattern to make this skirt. So this project I've titled My Christmas Skirt. I wanted to make a cute skirt for the holidays, and I had this fabric right here in my stash. It's a herringbone woven looking fabric. It's kind of like got that chambray effect where it's not like a solid color, it just has a little bit of variance in it. And I also have this velvet ribbon. It's probably just a polyester ribbon, but it's in a shade of red that matches this fabric. So what I'm hoping to do is make a skirt similar to this, just a short, pretty straight skirt. And I want to have pockets on the side, kind of like this skirt. See, it has a pocket right there. Not necessarily for my hands, but I would like a spot to put my phone, and I don't love back patch pockets on a skirt. I don't like how they look, so I wanted to do a side pocket panel here, but not being in the seam. So it's going to be kind of like that, but instead of being up higher at the front and going towards the back, it's going to be like on these leggings where it's lower on the front and higher at the back. That way when I sit down, my phone isn't falling out of my pocket. And my plan is to use this ribbon as decoration, probably around the waist and the pockets, but we'll see what happens. And then as far as finishes go, I'm wanting to do Hong Kong seam binding on all of the edges that I can, just to keep those nice and protected from raveling and from wear and tear. I'm going to be doing a lap to zipper in this skirt, as it's a technique I've been wanting to try out since watching some of the Closet Historians videos. She does a lot of lap to zippers and I like how they look, so we're going to try that in this skirt. But yeah, that's about it for the inspiration. We're just going to jump right on into the patterning table, where I'm going to take my skirt block that I made in my last video, which I'll hopefully have that linked up here or somewhere so that you can go watch that video. But we're just going to take that pattern and use it to make this stylized skirt pattern. So yep, let's go do that. Okay, so at this point in the process, I have finished all the skirt pieces I'm gonna need for it. The side panel, the pocket lining, the facing for the waistband. That's all of this right here. And the skirt length I haven't decided on yet, which is why it's so raggedy looking right there, because I don't really care about the bottom right now because I'm gonna figure out the hem later. So we got all our pattern pieces, and I figured I'd show you the materials I'm using. So this is the main skirt fabric. It's like a heathered burgundy-ish red color. I really like this. I know for a fact this isn't the easiest fabric to work with because I used it on a different project. I can't remember what, but I do know I used it. But we're gonna go ahead and use it for this anyways because I think it will be perfect for it. And then, so that'll be for the main fabric of the skirt, and then for the pocket linings and the facing, I think I have just barely enough of this fabric to use for that. It's a little bit sparkly, just a nice burgundy fabric. I figure that will pull in the Christmas theme good. So hopefully I can get everything out of that because I just need the 2 pocket pieces and the 3 facing pieces technically, but I already laid it out on the fabric and it looks like I'll have just enough. So fingers crossed on that. And then this fabric, just a green and white, like I'd say floral, but it's not flowers, it's just like foliage. This is what we're going to be using to finish off the seams in the inside because I'm planning on doing a Hong Kong finish, which is like a type of binding. I'm going to do that on all the seams, so I think this will be perfect for that. It will give it a little pop of color on the inside, but still be Christmassy themed. And then my favorite part is this velvet ribbon. It's probably polyester. It feels like polyester, but it's still really pretty. And I think that's gonna be at the very top of the skirt, like that. And then I'm gonna do it on the pockets as well. The pockets are gonna be, let's see if I can find these. This is the top panel for the skirt. So this is the back and this is the front. So if I have it on, so this is the side panel, and that pocket angles up that way. When I'm sitting down, it has more room to hold my phone or whatever's in there. So I think this is going to be right along the top edge of the pocket. Just add a little bit of pizzazz, or whatever you want to call it, to that. So those are my fabrics and my plans for what's going where. So I guess it's time to cut it out. Well, iron first. This shouldn't need ironing because it's a polyester blend. It's not really wrinkly, but I definitely want to iron this out as flat as possible so I can make sure I have every square inch possible to cut out the pieces I need, because I'm like, there's not going to be any of this left by the time I'm done with it. And then I need to iron this so I can cut out all that bias to do the Hong Kong seams. So yeah, let's get to it. I had to cut this with the grain line not completely straight on the center back like I was hoping, so that it could fit on this piece of fabric. But yeah, it should be okay. Okay, so now that all my pattern pieces are cut out, the next step is I'm gonna start assembling all the facing pieces. I didn't want a waistband on this skirt because I just wanted it to look very smooth from the top, so I'm going for a facing instead. And I'm wanting to do a lap zipper in the back of the skirt, which I'm not even sure if I've done a lap zipper before. If I have, it's been a while, so I had to look up a YouTube video on that. So hopefully that will work well. So all these pieces right here are all the different facing pieces. So all the burgundy pieces are like the fashion fabric, so that's going to be what you'll see on the inside, the pretty part. And then I have 2 layers of interfacing. This white fabric is cotillion, usually used for making like corsets, but I figured it would work pretty good for what I want. It wasn't quite stiff enough or like bend resistant, so that's why I have this on here, which this is some horsehair canvas, like the tailoring supply, and I've cut that to be within the seam allowance, so it's not going to be in the seam and adding bulk at the seam. It's just going to be supporting the facing. So I have those pinned in place. That's the front facing, and then these are the 2 back facings, and I'm going to go ahead and baste those together. So basting the horsehair canvas onto the cotillion fabric. I think I can just use the machine to do this. It shouldn't need to be hand basted because it's going to be on the inside and you won't even see it really, because on the inside, here, let me show you. Here's one of the skirt pieces. So this is the top waist of the skirt. So if pretending this is the inside of the skirt, this is what you're going to see with the facing. You won't see all of this because it'll be attached to the wrong side of the facing, like so. Hard to do this one-handed. So yeah, so all the extra interfacing is going to be hidden away by the decorative fashion fabric facing. So this stitch there is one of the stitches that's holding this in place along the top edge. It's just a basting stitch for now. I will take it out later, probably after we attach it to the skirt. But the reason I have that there and not just because it's already, the horsehair is already basted to the cotillo, but when I was folding this edge over just to mimic how it's going to be, because folding it over, there's less room for the fabric to travel on the inside edge because of how the fabric works. So I was getting bubbling here with the horsehair, so I just stitched right along the top there again through all the layers. That way when this top edge gets folded under, when it's attached to the skirt, there won't be any bubbling here, and so that I can do the understitching on the facing and not have it be weird. So yes, this will come out after I've done the understitching, I think. Okay, so now that we've got all the Hong Kong seam binding done, I'm gonna finish attaching the waistband. I had it sewn in here partially so I could try it on, and that's when I realized I needed to add the center front seam just so it would fit better. But I left parts of it undone so I could do the binding on those seams. So I'm gonna finish closing this up, and then I'm gonna fold all the seam allowances towards the facing. I'm gonna do an understitch right here so then I can remove this basting stitch. I'm gonna do the understitch in matching color so it won't be showing like that. And then after that, I'm gonna bind this bottom edge and tack the facing down, and then I should be able to try it on and decide where I want to hem it at. So yeah, let's go get this waistband done. And here's the finished skirt. I really love how this turned out. I think going forward, I will have to adjust this pattern a little bit because I realized looking back at the footage that I had added in about an inch on each side panel to make the pocket the right width, but I forgot to remove that from the front panel, which is why I ended up having to put a seam down the middle. But other than that, I really love how this turned out. Thank you guys for hanging around to the end. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on that notification bell for future videos. Bye!